Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ramo Hare Ramo Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo Hare Ramo Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo Hare Ramo Rama Ramo Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Rama Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Rama Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Kala Chanji Radha Kala Chanji Radha Kala Chanji Shri Radhe. Jaya Radha Kala Chanji Radha Kala Chanji Radha Kala Chanji Shri Radhe. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Harinam Sankirtan Yagya ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaura Premanande. That's easier. Yes. And if you can turn that camera, if you can put it there and face it there, that'll be amazing. Is it too much of an ask? Hare Krishna. Can you all hear me clear? Face. Yeah. Okay, so
I was so much lost in this whole technology setup. I was trying something different today. And because of that, I could not actually properly, humbly, you know, offer my respects to many of you. You were trying to talk to me, but I was so lost. Yeah, thank you. So please kindly, excuse my inability to multitask uh, while I was setting up the technology. So please excuse me for that. Um, so with that, I would like to actually thank Dilip Prabhuji and Mataji. Where is Mataji? And I go always blank with Mataji's name, especially now with her initiated name. She's always, she's everywhere, omnipresent. So I'd like to thank Dilip Prabhuji and Mataji. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna Mataji. So thank you all for this opportunity to serve you all, Prabhuji, and for creating this facility today. And what an amazing kirtan of Raja. So we should actually have an exclusive kirtan of Prabhuji, exclusive program. We can cancel today's agenda and probably have his. Huh? That's a good idea. See, my son is also saying. But since hence I will actually take my permission from, I'd like to seek your permission to continue, because having you here and not doing kirtan is actually an insult on my part. But anyway, thank you all once again, and I would like to seek the blessings of senior Vaishnavas here. Jagadananda Prabhuji is here, and Dilip Prabhuji, all the Vaishnavas here. My parents are here, so I would like to seek everyone's blessings. With that, I would like to invoke the prayers of our predecessors, Vaishnava Acharyas, because without their mercy, actually life is empty, right? So with that, we can get started, yeah? अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिकान्त श्रीराधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौरांगी श्रीराधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabho Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukham karoti vachalam pangun langayate yat kripa atamatam Shri Dheeratarnam Paramanandam. Hare Krishna. So, today the topic for us is unlocking the secrets of satisfied heart. So, from the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam, we will see how we'll paint a contrast between a completely satisfied heart and someone who is bewildered. You know, in life in general, right? Whatever we do it with an intention of, end of the day, what? Happiness, right? The Veda Vangmaya clearly explains that Anandamayo Abhyasat. It is our constitutional birthright to be happy. So, the path of self-realization is not about not being happy and shutting down our propensities to not be happy. In fact, the properties, the attributes of the soul itself is Sat, Chit, Ananda. Right? So, Sat, Chit, Ananda. And that means Sat means we are always eternal, Chit means we are completely knowledgeful, and Ananda means we are always seeking, and we are in our constitutional position happy, blissful. So that is called dharma. Dharma means the natural propensity of an object, of a vastu, for example, of an object. The natural propensity of water is to be what? Liquid. Now you may take the water and put it artificially in a refrigerator, and then you can change the state of it from liquid to solid. But nevertheless, if you naturally, what is it? What it is? It is liquid. The dharma of sugar is to be sweet. The dharma of salt is to be salty. Yeah. The dharma of the soul, Atma, is to be Sat, Chit, Ananda. So this whole journey is about that. So we put in our best effort. We do everything that we can in our ability, in our day-to-day, activities. Right? We strive for our best. We put in our best. We want our children to go to the best college. We want to pursue best thing in the career. We want to build something best. We want to, there are some people who want to, give an opportunity and do charity the best, like that. We want to do everything at the end of the day, but the intention is to become happy, right? But yet, believe it or not, how many of you must be working in IT, right? If you really take one step back, and every work that you're doing in typically in your office, you're trying to fix things. Yeah, you're always troubleshooting. You're always fixing things. You want to go to a perfection, but then things are obviously not perfection, and that's why you have your products, you have your services, you have your offerings, you have your entire business runs on that, right? So always, if you really take one step back, if you analyze your life from morning to evening, we are always trying to fix the problems. Why? That means what? There is a utopian perfect stage, but we also know the facility, the current situation where we are not in that perfect situation, and hence there is a effort, there is an endeavor to become perfect. In spite of putting all the efforts, yet I am always facing challenges. How many of you agree? You put best effort. I don't know, again, students are, that's I will say, AWS certification. Yet you pass, you fail with 1 mark. I think 80% or 90%, right? AWS certification. I'm just throwing an example, right? So you get 79 and then boom, gone. Then you have to again put the $150. Again, you have to go and write that exam, right? Or, Workday, Prabhuji, Narendra Prabhuji is an expert in that. So everybody is trying their best. But yet, you're always continuously challenged. So there is one personality who actually did everything amazing. Okay? He contributed, he did a lot of things. And yet he was, one day when he was, again, taking one step back and became introspective of what he did, that person actually became very morose. And I'm talking from the Srimad Bhagavatam pages. Can anybody guess who I'm talking about? Prabhuji said, Vyasadev, Srila Vyasadev. Right? Srila Vyasadev, one day, as usual, he did his daily, morning rituals, right? And then, as he was getting into the meditative mood, he saw all the bad omens of this, the next yuga that is about to come, Kali Yuga. And he saw everything going downward direction. And it is said in Srimad Bhagavatam itself, he realized, what's happening? The people are faithless. Even today, how many of you have seen people completely faithless in providence, in the Almighty, in the God, in the absolute truth? How many of you think that you encounter, if you throw a stone, if you go to what is this mall? The nearest mall? Stonebriar Mall, and throw a stone. How many you think that it will hit a faithless person? Easily. Many, actually. Nobody wants to pursue. That is the reason why on Friday you are all made a choice to be here versus so many. What is the percentage of the people in not Neshamani Mall? What is that? Stonebriar Mall versus here, right? So, Prayena Alpaisha Sabhya Kalau Asmin Yuge Jana Manda Sumanda Matayo Manda Bhagyo Upadhrita. So, this age, Prayena Alpa Aisha. People are with Alpa Aisha. Actually, we are thinking, I'm making even I'm talking about myself. By the way, I am not any realized or anything. I am just a worst fellow, in fact. Very conditioned soul, but yet for my own purification, I am trying to share what has been given by the Acharyas. So a conditioned soul like myself, first of all, Alpayusha. We never know when the wicket will be gone. Prayena Alpayusha Sabhya. Kalau Astin. What is that? Kalau Asmin Yuge Jana Manda Sumanda Matayo. Very dull-headed. Very lazy. Quarrelsome, misguided, unlucky, unfortunate, and always disturbed. This is the typical mentality of the Kali Yuga person, a conditioned soul like myself. So he really wondered. This is the quality of the greatest magnanimous hearts. Right? They are not worried about my 401k, my stock, my business, my family, myself. They are worried about what about others. That is the sign of the Uttama Bhagavats, like Srila Prabhupada. His business, we all came to America, at least I can speak for myself. I came to America to make money. But Srila Prabhupada came to give wealth, supreme wealth of Krishna. I didn't find Krishna in India. I found Krishna here, honestly. Instead of being so-called, pious, good birth and all, the actual essence of Krishna consciousness, I got it here. In fact, my father is a very, very learned scholar and priest. And he used to ask me to wear this dhoti to do pujas and all. I used to feel ashamed. This is what the modern Western education has done for us. It made me feel ashamed of my own culture. Yeah. But nevertheless, by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, by the mercy of the Vaishnavas who are coming in that line, somehow or the other, I stumbled on a greatest personality, my Siksha Guru. By the way, I've heard that he's coming to Dallas in a couple of months, next month or so. So there will be some, hopefully, if there is a program of his grace, please do not miss it. It will be life-changing. So, unless a Vaishnava intervenes in my life and gave me that culture of practicing the purest form of bhakti, I was clueless, right? So, this is the nature of greatest Uttama, Bhagavats. And Srila Vyasadeva, for the entire humanity in himself, he contemplated what would be the best thing that he could do. And what he did is, there was Veda. Veda comes from the root word with, means to know. Veda means knowledge. Veda means what? Knowledge. There is one, huh? Yeah. Thank you. So there is one Veda. Yeah, thank you. I have it. So there is one Veda which has been divided into 4. Rig, Yajus, Sama, Atharva Veda. Right? So in fact, many times some people actually, the so-called Vedantists come and challenge, saying that, hey, Puranas, I had a friend of mine actually. Shruti, they go to Shruti. Shruti is more important, Shruti. But, Srimad Bhagavatam is saying, Rugyajus Sama Atharva Vakya Vedas Chatvar Udhrita Itihasa Puranam Cha Panchamo Veda Uchyate. So, emphatically Srimad Bhagavatam is saying that Vedas is one thing, yes, but Puranas and Itihasas are also the important body of the Veda Vangmaya. Both Shruti and Smriti are equally important. So Srimad Bhagavatam emphatically mentions that. Yeah. So he took one Veda and he divided that into Rig Veda. Please repeat after me. Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, Atharva Veda. Atharva, some people will say Atharvana also. Yeah, both are correct. So Rig Veda was given to, of course, he wanted some assistants to help him. So he had Rig Veda by Paila Rishi. So he gave that department to Paila Rishi. But he was the project manager. Many of us thinking Agile framework came now. The original Agile framework was long back there. So the project work was already given, right? Timelines were defined, So everything was given already. So Rig Veda was taken by Paila Rishi. By whom? Paila Rishi. Sama Veda is by, anybody knows? Jaimini Rishi. Yajurveda is by Vaishampayana. He is also a disciple of Srila Vyasadeva. Yeah, Atharva Veda is given to actually Sumant Muni Angira. Now, Puranas and Itihasas also were given to a personality. Can anybody guess Who is the speaker of Srimad Bhagavatam, for example? Suta Goswami. Correct. Suta Goswami's father? Romaharshana Suta. His name is Romaharshana. He took actually the department of Itihasas and Puranas. So there are Puranas, 18 Puranas primarily, and these 18 Puranas are again divided according to the audience. Like we discussed, all the shloks for all the folks. So everybody has to, Vedic system addresses everybody. Somebody is in the Sattva Guna, somebody is in the Rajo Guna, somebody is in the Tamo Guna. So the Vedic Puranas are also actually divided into those 18. Vyasadev. Vyasadev. Then, after doing all that, he personally also ensured, as a part of the project work, he edited the Vedas so that they can be easily assimilated by the Manda Sumanda Matayo Manda Bhagyo Upadhrita, persons like myself. So he tried to make it easy. Now this itself is becoming very tough for us, but according to him, he tried to make it easy for all of us. And on top of it, Srila Prabhupada even made it super easy for all of us. Then he realized, that's fine, but there are different kinds of people who are also, they're not spiritually inclined. Okay, and now this statement will become as a shocker for many, but one has to understand in the right context. To enable, so basically the shloka is, Stri Shudra Dvijabandhunam Trayina Shruti Gochara Karma Shreyasi Mudhanam Shreya Evam Bhaved Iha Iti Bharatam Akhyanam Krupaya Munina Kritam. Krupaya Muni, out of his compassion, he also compiled Mahabharata. So basically he gave all the Vedas, then he gave Vedanta, then he gave Brahma Sutras. Brahma Sutras are like aphorisms, Vedic aphorisms, in one sentence. Like if I have to remember, like it's a cheat sheet. When you go for SAT exam or when you go to AWS certification, you have a cheat sheet, right? So you refer to that. So that cheat sheet is called Brahma Sutras. It's only Athato Brahma Jignasa. That's it. So when the student remembers that Athato Brahma Jignasa, then he remembers the entire purport of it. Like that. Janmadhyasya yataha, from whom everything emanated. In fact, Srimad Bhagavatam begins with that Vedic, what do you call that? Aphorism. Vedic aphorism. It's called Janmadhyasya yataha. So that is the Vedic aphorism, right? Vedanta Sutra. Now to give a commentary on it, what does that mean? Means then Bhagavatam. Janmadhyasya yataha, from whom everything, Janma Adi means creation, sustenance and annihilation. All these three things come. From whom everything has emanated. Now let's talk about that absolute truth. Satyam Param Dhimahi. To that supreme absolute truth, in the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, to that personality of Godhead, I am offering my obeisances. He starts with that. Emphatically telling that, hey, this Bhagavatam is not like anything. This is the natural, original, organic commentary of Vedanta Sutras. So that's why Bhagavatam is not an ordinary thing. If anybody comes and says, Bhagavatam, it's not part of Shruti. No, don't ignore. Because, people are with different agendas too. Yeah? So, Stri Shudra Dvijabandhunam. Now, it is given here, Stri means woman. Shudra means working class people. Bandhunam, Dvijabandhunam. Three people are also, these three kinds of people are, they don't have intelligence. That is the statement. Now you will say, this will lead into a huge discussion. How can Vyasadev say that women don't have sense? So now we have to understand clearly here. Women are very intelligent. Women are the best, highly intelligent. We are not talking about, Vyasadev is not talking about the material intelligence. They are leading the countries. They are running the businesses. They are running households. They are controlling empires, right? We have seen that in the history. The idea of Srimad Bhagavatam, if that is the case, then why are we reciting Kunti Maharani prayers? See what I'm saying? So Srila Vyasa is not talking about exalted, Vaishnavis, Matramurti. In fact, woman is extremely, respected in Vedic culture. In fact, the absolute truth itself has a feminine aspect in the form of Srimati Radharani, in the form of Lakshmi Devi, in the form of Durga Devi, right? Shakti. There is Shaktiman and then there is Shakti. Shakti is energy. That energy is who? Stri Murti. Right? Shaktiman is one who has the energy. So we need Shaktiman and Shakti. Without Shakti, Shaktiman cannot do anything. He is not Shaktiman. So the absolute truth becomes absolute truth only when Srimati Radharani is there and when Shri Krishna is there together. That's why we want to worship them together. That's why we go to the temple of Shri Radha Kalachandji and then worship them, right? So, Stri here means one who is extremely materialistic woman who cannot think more. Similarly, it is not only meant for her. Stri, Shudra, anybody who is simply running after paycheck. Actually, Srimad Bhagavatam says, Kalo, Shudra Sambhava. In Kali Yuga, everybody is Shudra only. If you are going to do something for getting paycheck, W2, if anybody has a W2, that person is a Shudra, including myself. Yeah, Prakriti is the original. Stri here is, from Prakriti comes Stri. Yeah. Yeah, Purusha is there. Yeah. So one who can be enjoyed. Yes. Correct. But here, Prabhuji, he is specifically talking about, human personalities. Stri here, we are talking about a Stri who is a manifestation of that Prakriti, right? And Shudras and Dvija Bandhu. The context here is about 3 different categories. Stri, Shudra and Dvija Bandhu. Dvija Bandhu means one who will have, Brahminical thread like this also, but no use. Dvija Bandhu means the friends of Brahmanas, means their namesake Brahmanas, but he will do all kinds of nonsensical activities. Yeah, he will just hang around with the most intelligent class of people, but no, nothing. The so-called Brahminical families, but yet that person doesn't have the Brahminical qualities. Brahma janati iti Brahmana. One who knows the absolute truth is Brahmana. And that person need not come only from the so-called, that's why this has been derived to a so-called caste system right now. But Daivi Varnashrama system is based on guna and karma, not based on the so-called, a doctor's son will become a doctor. Just because, my dad is doctor, I was a doctor. No, it doesn't, right? So that like that. So Daivi Varnashrama system works differently. That's the original intention. That's why Krishna says, Chatur Varnam Maya Shrashtam Guna Karma Vibhagashaha. I have divided the society into this Chatur Varnam based on Guna and Karma, based on your attributes, inclinations, and based on your activities. I have an inclination to run business. And hence I will dovetail my activities in running a business. Then I am a Vaishya, mercantile class. Right? I have a propensity to share knowledge and to acquire more knowledge. That's a Brahminical quality, one of the. So that means you are an intelligent class. Somebody has a propensity to govern, to run countries, temples, whatever it is called. That person is called Kshatriya, right? So like that. So administrators doesn't exist in anywhere else, only in India or everywhere else? Everywhere. So Kshatriyas exist everywhere. Intelligent classes exist everywhere or only in India? Everywhere. So one may not know his propensity, that's all. So you see what I'm saying? Mercantile class exists everywhere or only in India? Bhagavad Gita is meant for only for people from India or for the entire human race? Everybody, yes. So that's why this is non-sectarian science. It is not a sectarian idea. So, Stri Shudra Dvija Bandhunam. So for them he gave Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay? So, now comes the problem. Mahabharata, sorry. Did I say Bhagavatam? Oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. So I meant, Bhagavatam. Correct. No, again I'm saying Bhagavatam. So, Mahabharata. He gave Mahabharata. Now comes the problem. Right? In spite of doing everything, tathapi batame dahyo, hi atma chaiva atmana vibhu, asampanna iva bhati. Brahmavarchasya sattama. Asampanna. There is something missing in this equation. Vyasadeva is saying, I am feeling incomplete. Sampanna means that is fully complete, full, complete. Asampanna means something incomplete. I am feeling incomplete. Though I myself am fully equipped with all the things that the Vedic knowledge. I gave the Vedas, I gave the Vedanta, I gave the Upanishads, I gave all the Puranas, I gave everything. But still something is missing in this equation. So he got perplexed. How many of you really got confused like this in your life? You did everything perfect, still things didn't go your way. Anybody? Can you recollect? Yeah? If you can't recollect, that means you're not introspective of your own life. That means I'm blind to whatever I'm doing. So it's very important to introspect about one's life. You can take it as an everyday exercise or every week exercise. Think about what did I do? What did I do? What did I contribute? Every week we have to introspect, right? If you don't have an answer, then that means, uttishta, jagrita, right? So, he says, I'm feeling completely incomplete. But he gets a clue. He gets into this introspective mode. And then he gets a clue. Kimva bhagavata dharma na prayena nirupitaha priyaha paramahamsanam ta evahi achyuta priyaha. So he's saying, Kimva, where did this may be because I did not specifically pointed out the devotional service of the Lord. Na prayena nirupitaha, I haven't established what is Bhagavad Dharma. Bhagavad Dharma means what? Dharma swanishtita pumsam visvaksheno kathashya na utpadayed yatratim shrama evahi kevalam. What that means is, if one, by doing their occupational duty, whatever you're doing, whether you're cooking, whether you're going to office, whether you're writing code, whether you're running a business, whether you're running anything, whatever you're doing, if those activities somehow or the other at the end of the day does not take you towards the absolute truth, that is a shrama evahi kevalam. Only just a useless labor. Right? So, kimva bhagavata dharma na prayena nirupita. Where did I did not specifically point out the devotional service to the Lord, which is dear to the perfected beings, which is priya paramahamsanam, which is most, actually I addressed everybody. I addressed the karmis, I addressed the jnanis, so this is how Vyasadeva is thinking. All people are addressed, but I did not address the another choicest audience, Paramahamsas, the most exalted, transcendentalist, Bhakti Vedantas. I did not address them. Right? So, which is Achyuta Priyaha. If I have done that, that would have even pleased the Lord also. Achyuta means one who is supremely infallible. Means one who never fails. One who never fails, infallible. Achyuta. Achyuta means one who is fallible. Achyuta means one who is infallible. So, Krishna is called Achyuta. Why Krishna is called Achyuta? Because he never fails. Hey, but he did fail. He said that he will not lift any arms during Mahabharata Yuddha. Right? But then he lifted the arms, right? When? Bhishma Pitamaha. When Bhishma Pitamaha was in danger, that time, to hell with my words, he broke his word. No, sorry. To Arjun. Arjun was in danger. Correct. So he went on his own devotee. Well, by the way, Bhishma Dev is also one of the... Now he is choosing between the two devotees. Krishna is choosing between two devotees. One devotee is on the wrong side because I have been eating the salt of Duryodhan. So I'll stay there. And one is simply acting according to the instructions of Mam Anusmarana Yudhyacha. He is acting according to the instructions of Krishna. So he chose between whom? He chose Arjuna. And then what he did? He gave a word that he will not lift anything, any arms. But what did he do? He failed. Then how can you call him Achyuta? No, he did not fail. He may personally appear to be failing, but he never fails in protecting the devotee. Huh? That is the reason why in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying, "O Arjuna, declare it boldly, you declare it boldly, that my devotee never perishes." He could have said, "I declare my devotee never perishes." No. What is he saying? Because if a devotee says, Krishna will honor that, even at the stakes of his own loss. Right? You understand? So he's Achyuta because he never fails in fill in the blank, dash, devotees. What? In? Everybody sleeping? In protection, in protecting the devotees. Yes. So, that he realized. And just by the time when he was realizing this, who comes? Narad Muni comes there. Now, Narad Muni is Triloka Sanchari. He is always, and he understands, he penetrates through the people's hearts. He knows the hearts of people. So when the guidance comes, even in our life, when we are really perplexed, when really we are confused, the Lord in the form of his representative, a friend, a Vaishnava friend, a devotee, somebody will come and give that. So we always need to lead our life very openly. Right? You have to be very open. See where you are getting the clue from. Sometimes some devotee will say this. Sometimes some devotee will come and help. Especially when we are going through the reversals in life, make sure this is the very important aspect. This Sangha, Satsanga means not just come here and then discuss all these things. No, the real Satsanga is if we are going through something, we need to reach out to each other. And of course, if I'm not doing that job very well, please excuse me, but the idea is that we need to be there for each other. We should not be getting isolated when things go in the wrong direction. Rather, it's too much, eh? Okay, yeah. So now about this? Yeah. Yeah. So rather, we should be, I lost track. What I was talking about? Huh? We should be there for each other. Yeah. Correct. We should be there for... and Narada Muni comes there. And when Narada Muni comes, Narada Muni, I'll cut short the story. So Narada Muni says, Parasarasya Mahabhaga, hey, you're not an ordinary person. You are the son of great Parashara Muni. Right? Parasara Mahabhaga, Bhavata Kachit Atmana, Paritushyati Sharira Atma Manasa Evava. Are you are a great son of Parashara. Are you satisfied by identifying with the body or the mind as objects of self-realization? He's asking. Now he's posing this question to Vyasadeva. He's saying, are you identifying yourself with the body? First thing, the fundamental lesson that we learn when we come to Krishna consciousness is that you are not this, fill in the blank, body. Now Vyasadeva has been questioned by Narada Muni. He's saying, are you happy? Are you satisfied by identifying with the body or the mind as the objects of self-realization? It's sounds like a little sarcastic thing, right? You have done an excellent job of giving Vedanta Sutras, Vedic Vangmaya, the entire, compiled everything. You delineated the subject of impersonal Brahman as well as the knowledge derived from thereupon. You addressed everything. Impersonal Brahman, realized people, Jnanis, Karmis, everybody you addressed. You gave Vedanta Sutras, you gave Brahma Sutras, everything has been done. But, are you something going wrong? He is asking. Right? So then Srila Vyasadeva inquires. I'll not do the Sanskrit. Am I audible to you all? Yeah? Okay. Because now, do I have to shout more? Because I'm not getting feedback, that's why. So, so Vyasadeva says, my dear Lord, Narada Muni, everything that you have said is correct. Everything that you have said is correct. Despite all this, I am not pacified. I therefore question you about the root cause of my dissatisfaction. For you are a man of unlimited knowledge, due to you being the offspring of Brahma himself. You came from Lord Brahmaji himself, Narada Muni. So you can understand, you know the reason. I am not able to figure this out. So please help me. This is called pariprashnena sevaya. You know, when we ask a question to a higher authority, it should not be in a way to challenge, right? It should be in a way to humbly seek. Pariprashna means inquiry with humility and seva. Pariprashnena sevaya. There has to be one has to render seva, service, and then inquire humbly, not with an idea that okay, I have my astras now. Let me take one by one. But it is said here like this, throw, and then becoming a challenging debate. Now debates are done also by the Vedic scholars, but it is done with there are some rules of engagement for that. You can't just do that, right? Anyway, so he asked, please tell me, my lord. Savai bhavan veda samasta guhyam. You know the secrets. Samasta guhyam. Guhyam means secrets. The secrets of all the confidential knowledge you know. So please tell us. Okay. So I'm cutting short. Then Narada Muni finally replies. Yeah, these are very beautiful shlokas. Yes. So he says, Bhavata anudita prayam yasho bhagavato amalam yenaivasau nu tushyeta manye tad darshanam khilam. What is he saying is, you have not actually, what is he saying? Bhavata anudita prayam yasho bhagavato amalam yenaiva asau nu natushyeta. You have not actually broadcasted the sublime and spotless glories of the personality of Godhead Shri Krishna. This is the missing link, right? This is the secret of what we are talking. That philosophy which does not satisfy the transcendental sense of the Lord is considered worthless. Khilam. Khilam means waste. If you have written everything, but if you have not glorified the Supreme Lord, that's all is waste. Although the great sage, you have very broadly described the four principles beginning from the religious performances, you have not described the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Vasudeva. You addressed dharma. What are the four things? Four purusharthas are what? Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. You have addressed all of them, but you have not addressed the glories of the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna, right? So please pay attention here. Okay, this is a very sacred subject matter. So he says, this is a very beautiful shloka. Na yadvachas chitrapadam harer yasho jagat pavitram pragnita karhichit tad vayasam tirtham ushanti manasa nayatra hamsa nirmanti ushikshayah. Vayasam means if there is a garden is there, okay, huge garden, but then there is somewhere in the corner you have all kinds of dirt, debris, all things, rubbish stuff is there. Then a crow, will it go to the flowers or will it go there? Where does it go? Garbage. It goes to the garbage, right? Those words which do not describe the glories of the Lord, who alone can sanctify the atmosphere of the whole universe, are considered by the saintly, by the Paramahamsas, to be like unto a place of pilgrimage for crows. Vayasam Tirtham. Vayasam Tirtham means a place of pilgrimage for the crows. Crows goes to only the dirt. Whereas a Paramahamsa, a exalted devotee of the Lord, is also called a Tirtha. Tirtha means what? Place of pilgrimage. It also means a personality who is personification of that abode, like how we address the Lord, Param Dhama. Param Dhama means the supreme abode, right? Which means you are the Lord and you are also non-different from your abode. The Lord and his paraphernalia is non-different. Everything is spiritual in nature, right? So you are the Paramatirtha. But here what you have done is you have addressed the subject matter for Vayasam Tirtha. And the Paramahamsas, Hamsa, swan, has the ability to separate. It has a great quality. Anybody knows that? So if you put a milk and water together in this one, a swan can actually separate that out. It can take the milk out of the water, separate it. Because the mouth of the swan actually has some chemical naturally produced in its body that actually solidifies the milk part and then solidifies it and takes it out. And all you will see at the end of the day is only water. So it can distinguish between milk and water like that. So similarly, an exalted devotee of the Lord is called Paramahamsa. Why? Because they can delineate between what is not needed and what is needed. They will not focus on nonsensical things. They will focus on Saragrahi. Saragrahi means? Saragrahi means, Prabhuji? Yeah. One who takes the essence. Right? So we want to be Saragrahis, like Paramahamsa. We want to, go in that direction. So Vayasam Tirtha, what? Since all the perfect persons are inhabitants of the transcendental abode, they do not derive any pleasure here. Paramahamsas don't have any taste in this. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Karma, Mimamsa, this thing and thing. You do this yajna, you get that. You do this, that vrata, you get this. Paramahamsas are not worried about this, Baba. This graha phala, that this phala. I'm not, okay, please do not misunderstand that I am, what do you call, disregarding or putting it at a lower level. What I'm trying to say, from the Paramahamsa standpoint, they are only focused on the Lord. For somebody who's at that level, this is all none of their business. So those, yes, Mataji? Yeah. So we should, depending upon our journey, long story short, the question is, we devotees, should we go after graha phalas and all that? So it depends on our journey where we are. If you think that, that is going to help you, we can. But the other day, like we heard from Dhruva Prabhu. Dhruva Prabhu came last a couple of weeks back. He said Narsingadev fully controls all the grahas. Right? So if you go to the Lord Narsingadev, you're all set. Right? So, but again, everybody is on their own journey. It's a faith. So if you think that, that will help you in doing some specific graha, what do you call that, the pujas, shanti and all, if that is needed, and if you think that you have to do it, by all means, please do it. But somebody who is, as they are progressing and maturing themselves in the Krishna consciousness, if they feel that I will take the shelter of the Lord and I will take this as my, karma, whatever it comes, and I want to just go, there are people like that too. Okay, so I wouldn't want to say there is no black and white answer. Depending upon, this is the reason why it is called self-realization, where we are in the path. It's very important on the path of Krishna consciousness to understand where I am today, what is my destination, and what is the guaranteed path that will take me there. All these three things are given in Srimad Bhagavatam. Where we are, right now I am in the conditioned state. What is my supreme destination? To directly participate in the loving rasas of the Supreme Lord Shri Shri Radha Kalachandi in Goloka Vrindavan. So what is the path? Guaranteed path? The path is sadhana bhakti, is given by the acharyas, right? So if we know that wherever we are, if needed to do some of the samskaras, some of the graha pujas, if that is part of the thing, we should not disrespect that. Nor we should think that if somebody is doing, that person is a less intelligent than me. I am a great devotee. See, he has no faith in Krishna, he is doing it. We should not become judgmental about if somebody is doing that. B, we should know where we are and we should act according to that by seeking the guidance of, the authorities. Yes, Prabhuji?
I was speaking to a Vaishnava astrologer.
Mm.
So if you talk to a Vaishnava astrologer, his perspective of grihas are completely different. So Vaishnava, as you said, Vaishnava believes that everything is orchestrated by the Lord to go towards Him. So they see the grihasthas acting favorably for that. Yes, so the grihas may be unfavorable for other things, for our material aspirations or other aspirations, but they are very conducive to go towards Krishna. So from that perspective, one may not need to do anything. That's what the Vaishnava astrologer was saying. So it depends on who you talk to.
Yeah. So I think we have the agenda needs to be finished. So we'll quickly get through this. Yeah. Can you all hear me? Yeah. So. Yeah, you can turn it to this. Yeah. A broader. Huh? I'm there. Here. Yeah. So then he says, very important shloka. This is, we don't want to miss, okay? You're all with me? So let's actually do this. Tadvag visargo janatagha viplavo yasmin pratishlokam abadhyavatyapi namani anantasya yasho ankitani yat shrinvanti gayanti grinhanti sadhava. It's a beautiful thing. This is amazing shloka by Narada Muni. He's saying, on the other hand, tadvag visargo janatagha viplavo. The first thing what he said, if you have not talked about the glories of the Lord, nobody is satisfied with that. It's like a crow mentality. Vayasam tirtham. But on the other hand, so in the first thing he's making a contrast. He said even everything grammatically, Chanda Shastram wise, everything is perfect. You cannot pinpoint no technical problems. But it is not the glorification of the Lord. It is Vayasam Tirtham. It is for that literature is meant for the crows. You see what I'm saying? Perfect literature. Yet it is meant for the crow kind of mentality people. On the other hand, today is saying, Tad vag visargo janatagha viplavo yasmin pratishlokam abadhyavatyapi. Even if every shloka in that literature there is some mistake. Something is there. Some mistake is there. Some grammatical mistake is there. Some Chanda Shastra mistake is there. Yet, namani anantasya yasho ankitani yat. If that scripture glorifies the unlimited glories of the Lord, Shri Krishna, then he is saying that will be accepted by the sadhavas. They continuously glorified by Shrinvanti, they hear that. Gayanti, they will glorify and sing those glories. Grinanti, and accept it completely. That which has all technical problems, all kinds of mistakes, but it is glorifying the Supreme Lord. Once, somebody brought, there was a criticism of, the organization in the London newspaper or something like that. And they brought Srila Prabhupada, they criticized everything. Then Srila Prabhupada said, okay, read the entire thing. And then they read. How many times Krishna is there? About 35 times. Everybody who read, they said Krishna 35 times. Right? Everything is abhadyavatyapi. But yet at least it has Krishna in it. So Prabhupada was saying that. Somebody came, hey, these Western devotees, they cannot pronounce correctly. Their pronunciation is not good. Then Srila Prabhupada said, but their renunciation is great. Right? So they are better than a Smartha Brahmana. Because in spite of not having the qualifications of the birth, the place, the time, everything, yet they wholeheartedly opened themselves and completely surrendered to the Lord. Right? Their pronunciation may not be great, but their renunciation is ultimate. Prabhupada is immediately corrects. Right? So, abadhyavatyapi. On the other hand, that literature which is full of descriptions of the transcendental glories of the name, fame, form, and pastimes of the Lord, full of transcendental words directing towards bringing about a revolution. What does it do? Viplava. That literature will actually, if you read Srimad Bhagavatam, you will immediately get up. And do what? You will immediately get up and then you will do sadhana bhakti. Janatagha Viplavo. Yeah, Janatagha, yes. It is. I will read this. Please repeat after me. This is a very great translation by Srila Prabhupada. On the other hand, that literature, which is full of descriptions of the transcendental glories of the name, fame, forms, pastimes of the unlimited Supreme Lord, is a different creation, full of transcendental words, directed towards bringing about a revolution in the impious lives of this world's misdirected civilization. What an amazing, right? English, Srila Prabhupada used to say it is a mlecha bhasha. But yet, he infused, because again, he is glorifying the Supreme Lord. Hence, English became beautiful because Srila Prabhupada wrote Srimad Bhagavatam, translated it. Right? So, he is saying that which becomes, right? Yeah, such transcendental literatures, even though imperfectly composed, are heard, sung, and accepted by the purified men who are thoroughly honest. They are called Paramahamsas. Huh? So, my dear Vyasadeva, you did not address this audience. This is the problem. You did everything else, but you have not done this. Right? So, he basically goes on to say, to kind of conclude this, he says that now, you addressed, like I already said, right? He uses a specific word here. He says, Jugupsitam dharmakrite anaushataha. Jugupsita means, Jugupsa means, which is like, I don't know how many of you know that. How many of you know the word Jugupsa? It should be there in Malayalam. Telugu is there. It is like, condemnable act. Now, Vyasadeva is been criticized here by Narada Muni. Are Baba, in the name of Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, Jugupsa, what you have done is Jugupsitam. It's very, verily condemned act. Abominable act that you have done. You know why? Because for those who are transcendentally already looking for, progressing on the spiritual path, what you are doing, you are putting them in with the blockers of Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Are you understanding the gross, explanation is? The people in general are naturally inclined to enjoy. You don't need to tell an adolescent, the kid who is growing slowly, to go after a girl. As soon as the teenage kid, we call it teenage tantrums, right? Naturally, everybody is inclined to go after sense gratification. There is no special class needed for that. And in the name of religion, what you did is, you do this puja better, you will get this sense gratification. You do that better, you will get this one. That is called karma mimamsa. Huh?
What he said is essentially people of Kali Yuga will not be able to sort through the flowery words of the Vedas and get to the essence. You're just giving them million options now.
So people in general, thank you Prabhuji. Yeah, people in general naturally inclined to enjoy, and you have encouraged them in that way in the name of religion. This is verily condemned and is quite unreasonable. Because they are guided under your instructions, they will accept such activities in the name of religion and will hardly care about, higher things like that. You understand? So the Supreme Lord is unlimited, and one has to actually direct. You have to give some directions towards the ultimate truth too, not just this. On a ladder, if you want to further progress, you need to take one step from one step to and put it on the other, right? You got to progress. You cannot just, ye vrat kiya to hamesha mil raha hai mere ko. Every time I do this puja, Tesla stock is going up. So on the day when it's going down again, I'll do that puja, immediately it will grow. It will go. One day it will not go. That happened to me. Not Tesla, in other areas of the my life. So then what happens, right? So one should not deride the Lord and His His mercy to the level of becoming an order supplier. Like if I go to Sarana Bhavan, 2 plate idli, 2 plate sambar, or whatever, vada, dosa, like that. So if I go to the Lord Venkateshwara Swami, Edukondalavada Venkataramana, H1B visa, Edukondalavada Venkataramana, green card, Edukondalavada, and you are putting this thing. That is like order supplier, Sarana Bhavan, right? Idli 2 plates, vada 2 plates, like that. But real thing is, my Lord Venkateshwara, I'm tired of these things. Please let me become your servant. Or you're from Ranganathan, Sri Rangam, right? Sri Ranganathan, Perumal, please help me. The Lord of the Sri Rangam. Prabhuji and Mataji are from Sri Rangam. They are, great, Dhamvasis. It is not ordinary to sit among Dhamvasis. Actually, it is our great fortune to be with you. With you all. Prabhuji is from Vrindavan, right, Prabhuji? Your mom. Meerut. Somebody was from Vrindavan this time, no? Yeah. So like that. So Dhamvasis, if they are there, it is our great fortune. Yeah. So he says basically that. So your God, your goodness has perfect vision. You have everything perfect, Baba. You yourself can know the supreme personality of Godhead yourself, because you are actually the plenary portion of the Lord Himself. Vyasadeva is the Shakti avatar of the Lord Shri Krishna. Although you are birthless, you have appeared on this earth for the well-being of all the people. So please therefore describe the transcendental pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Shri Krishna more vividly. You have done everything, you have all the things, all the qualifications, right? And then he gives a mantra to him. Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Tubhyam Vasudevaya Dhimahi Pradyumnaya Aniruddhaya Namah Sankarshanaya Cha. So he gave this mantra to him. And he said, now take this mantra and actually meditate on this. And he goes on to give an example also. He says, I was in my past life, I was a son of a maid servant. And while I was serving my mom and helping my mom, I was not interested in sports or anything. And one day, my mom had an opportunity to serve Bhakti Vedantas. A very highly learned transcendentalist came to our home. And I used to every day, they were there for 2 seasons. So every single day I used to serve them. And one of the days, with their permission, once only by their permission, I took the remnants of their food. Uchishta. See, this is a very important, by their permission. In our devotee circles, Prabhuji, the moment you bring the prasadam plate, people are ready to serve and they'll snatch it away. Arey Mama, I did not even eat mine yet. So the snatching away is not the mentality. Service is always requested. Prabhuji, can I take this plate? Not like snatching it away. When suddenly you talk, we want to, suddenly the plate is snatched away like that. Right? Have you seen that? So that is why, Narada Muni is saying, once only by their permission, I took the remnants of their food. And by doing so, all my sins were at once eradicated. Thus, being engaged, I became purified in heart. And at that time, the very nature of the transcendentalist became attractive to me. So when we eat prasadam, what happens? Whether we ate prasadam or not, the test is simple. If I ate prasadam, I want to hear about Krishna Katha more. I want to, when is the next satsang? When I can come? Where, if satsang is 1 week ahead, but where is somebody else is speaking tomorrow? Where can I hear? Where can I go do some service? That is the effect of prasadam. If the effect of prasadam is I ate 1 rasgulla, where is the other rasgulla? Because my wife had 2 rasgullas, but I got only 1. Or he got dahi vada and everybody else got dahi vada, I don't have dahi vada. If the effect of eating prasadam is, where is my Rasagulla or Dahivada, then I did not honor prasadam. That's why it's not eating prasadam. It is called honoring prasadam. Sometimes for any physical reasons, if we can't eat the prasadam, we can also actually honor by offering obeisances to the prasadam. And always when we eat prasadam, we should sit and eat. Not like standing and this westernized buffet system. Right? not like that. In India, everybody is, क्या चल रहा है अभी यहाँ टेस्ला का कैसा चल रहा है? ऐसा नहीं है. Prasadam plate is there, you are respecting it, you are honoring it, means you have to sit wherever you are and then eat. That is the way we, and eat it like a prasadam. My Lord, my senses are so uncontrolled, yet by your causeless mercy, you have given me this prasadam, mercy, so that I can purify my senses. Right? So, when he ate the prasadam of that person, and he became a bhakti yogi. And then he goes, on to. So, final thing is the secret, the ultimate solution. Okay? Please repeat after me. This is the ultimate solution. What is the topic of today? The topic was unlocking the secrets of the satisfied heart. So, who is the satisfied heart here? The hero of this today's story. No, the title wise, it's actually Narada Muni. Satisfied heart is who? But of course, Narada Muni is the satisfied heart. Vyasadeva unlocked that secrets. And then he also became, of course, he is doing the Leela, right? He is satisfied too. So we all have the birthright to become satisfied, really, truly satisfied like this. And what is the ultimate solution? So please repeat after me. Okay? This is the final secret sauce. Please kindly repeat after me. Please. Therefore, describe the Almighty Lord's activities which you have learned by your vast knowledge of the Vedas, for that will satisfy the hankerings of great learned men, and at the same time mitigate the miseries of the masses of common people who are always suffering from material pangs. Indeed, there is no other way to get out of such miseries. He said there is no other way. Please repeat after me. Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela. Nama means holy name of the Lord. Chanting the holy names of the Lord. Rupa means having a darshan of the Lord, the form of the Lord. Right? Meditating on that Lord, that form also. We can go to Radha Kalachandi temple every day or every week and then have that beautiful darshan of the Lord. Rupa, Nama Rupa. Guna, the attributes of the Lord. We can glorify the qualities of the Lord. Leela, we can discuss the pastimes of the Lord. Right? The Lord has done so many pastimes. He lifted Govardhan. He killed Ravana. He killed Hiranyakashipu. Right? Hiranyaksha, like that. All those pastimes. So when we do Nama Smaran, Rupa Smaran, Guna Smaran, Leela Smaran, that there is no other way to get out of such miseries. This is the ultimate solution given by the completely satisfied heart of Narada Muni, and Vyasadeva simply acts on it. And you can see the parallel, same thing in Bhagavad Gita too. The unsatisfied heart was of the Arjuna, and of course the Supreme Lord himself, gave Bhagavad Gita, right? So he was also confused. How can I kill my relatives? How can I kill my great grandfather? How can I kill my teacher? How can I kill my relatives, my cousins? Right? Like that. But after Bhagavad Gita is done, Krishna gave that he is fully satisfied in acting according to Krishna. Yeah? So that is the lessons we can learn. So how can we apply this? What are the application part of this today? Practical applications. Anybody? Practical application, Praveen? Anything that we can take from this today? You understand?
So, Prabhuji, I, what I took away from this is that if you want to be satisfied, then basically you will have to, uh, you know, accept Nama, Rupa, Guna, and Leela of Sri Krishna. That's the way to have a satisfied heart.
I just want to say, Prabhuji, that you know, Narad Muni told this to Vasudeva, and your heart told it to us. So your satisfied heart told it to us. So thank you so much. You know,
I'm trying, Prabhuji, I'm trying.
yeah.
Even I have a lot of conditions. Mataji, other Mataji, you want to take any practical, pragmatic strategy or approaches for today's?
Practical approach, I would say to myself, Prabhuji, that when you pass on the message, how we apply it on in our regular life is what actually, like, there is a theory class, there is a practical class that gives us or takes us to the path of completion of the course, and then a continuation of that, which needs total many reminders in so many phases in life, because there are, of course, a path which is recommended to follow, and then also along with that we have multiple distractions along with that. So it is our will or discipline or need, or how do I say, eagerness to stay on the path and focus, which is definitely very, very important as well. Because, and that is why we always look forward to every Friday satsang. So it will be more of a reminder and keep us focused and on the right track, on the same page, I would say. So thank you so much, Prabhuji, for sharing this. And I would also again state the same thing. What Prabhuji was saying is the Nama, Rupa, Guna, and Leela are the few ways which we can stay or bring ourselves closer to a very, very satisfied and happy heart. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah. For me, chanting every day gives the satisfaction. If I don't do that chanting every day, I cannot. So, yeah. Yeah. So, how much ever chanting I'm able to do, I should at least do. Then, I feel satisfied that day. So, that brings me a lot of satisfaction. Yes.
Yeah, I'm still an amateur in this Krishna consciousness. I'm still getting better every day. What I look forward is, though I know Vishnu Sahasranamam, Panchasuktam by heart, I recite from childhood, I never had the question of what does it actually mean. Like you said, you say this sloga, you be good to God, you'll get good. That's all I know, right? So now the more questions I have, the more inquisitive I become to ask questions, the more clarity I get. So that is something that I look forward for every satsang, so that any question that I have, a normal conversation itself, because she is a 10-year plus devotee, I get to ask a lot of questions to her. And then when she gives me answer, that makes me to think, oh, this is something like, for example, today you said Vaishampayana Vacha, right? I relate this to Vishnu Sahasranamam. In Vishnu Sahasranamam, it says Sri Vaishampayana Vacha. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So when you said that, the first thing I relate is to the Veda, and then I know why it is said, and who wants the Ajur Veda that you explained. So every day it's a new learning, and I look forward for every day, every tomorrow, so that I get better. So that's something that I love it. Thank you.
Please join us whenever your time permits.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, like you said, like in starting, that we should actually look back into our days, like the weeks and the months and the years, that how much we are doing. So that's what Prabhuji, like my takeaway point. Like I want to look back and learn that actually what I'm doing is whether I'm applying to it our life or not. So that way I want to improve. That is like takeaway point from today.
good. We are very thankful to you. Today, I was really satisfied on this particular topic. So, yeah, this is a genuine topic to be discussed. And my takeaway will be like my satisfaction comes from reading the Vedas every day. So, I stick to reading Srimad Bhagavatam until now. I'm on Canto 3, Chapter 2. So, that way, the continuity gives me real satisfaction. Thank you.
Mataji? You, Mataji, you want to say something?
No, I can pass. I think my takeaway and my ability to find satisfaction is maybe start chanting a little bit more. I'm a complete amateur, and I think most of you know that Nitin is a little bit more on the ISKCON side, and he's been, he's more familiar or long-term follower of this. So I think I just need to I get that push every time, like we discuss this more, and if and when I can make it here. But that's what my takeaway is for a practical approach.
So among the wife and husband, we discussed this in the past too. I subscribe. I may not be liked for whatever I'm going to be said, but I'll say it anyway. Among the wife and husbands, or among our family relationships, there is no question of forcing. Period. And now, do not even entertain the idea that I am chanting, I'm better than you. The whole purpose of chanting or following Krishna consciousness is gone, flushed. Nor one should not think that, okay, this person chanting is not chanting now, so they should be given, this thing, this idea, that thing, they should be uplifted. Nobody is no. Let's not be a prophet. Let's not be an acharya. The extremely strict on one's own self and extremely lenient on everybody else. It is everybody's their own journey. You lead your journey, I lead my journey. In fact, I don't know if I ever said that how many are chanting. Did I ever ask anybody? Did I ever anybody told, okay, you should chant? Never. Because that is not the idea. We can inspire each other. Especially because we are wife and husbands together in the family, there is a lot of familiarity. And what I am not, I want to enforce on others, actually. So, please do not even entertain the idea. Just have wonderful, beautiful, amazing family relationships. End of the day, do that as a service to the Lord. Do that as a service to the Lord. Beautiful and happily, like Prabhuji and Mataji, they are nicely discussing, sorry to put you on the spot, but they are discussing Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. That's how you enrich your thing. And then, hey, today I did my 14 rounds. You are still 2 rounds, huh? No, that doesn't, no. It is none of my business what the other person is doing. Even if they are family members, the way we can encourage them is by doing ourselves, that's all. How many of you have seen, like if I do it myself, the children naturally do that without even telling them? Right? Have you ever, anybody experienced as a parents? If you just do that without anybody telling, they naturally do it without any force. Many times I force my kids to do this and that. Did they ever accept it? They may some, but by the end of the day they won't. You will give up. So, familiarity, Prabhuji, sorry. You said.
I just wanted to say it's such a catch-22 situation. You see that the kids and the family would benefit, and you want to share it, and you want to coax and cajole them to do that, but it's to your point, right? You can't force it, right? I mean, you can just introduce, you could help and support, and I think that's the most you could do.
That's amazing. Yeah. Actually, we can be a facilitator. Yeah, I'll give them. We can facilitate so that they become inspired. That's all. We cannot force. Nor one should be judgmental about others' activities. Wife is chanting or husband is chanting and the other one is not chanting, so I am great. So I have a right to tell you what to. These things will not, especially, that will ruin Krishna consciousness and we become a bad example. We will be unhappy. Right? So, together, see how we can actually nicely execute this for the pleasure of the Lord. Lord Krishna wants every one of us to be happy, not fight about spirituality. If we end up fighting on spirituality, especially in a home situation, grihastha situation, that means we have implemented Krishna consciousness wrongly. Period. If we are fighting about it, naturally there is as a parent, as a husband, there is a naturally propensity for me to care for others, and that caring may come very harsh, come across. Sometimes in the beginning when I came to Krishna consciousness, I went ahead and kind of tried to rub it on everybody else, because naturally something that you've encountered something beautiful, you want to share that, but that will only burn the bridges. If you really want to share, you execute it perfectly. Naturally everybody will do it, and if they don't do it also, you have done at least your part. Having said that, create a facility. Means you create a facility to go to tirthas, create a facility to go to arrange these programs. As a grihastha, we are supposed to arrange these programs at our place. That is how we become Krishna conscious, right? We can arrange. The kids will see, the parents will see, the wives will see. If nobody sees, I will at least get benefited. So the idea is to become, more centric and execute on my level, not what this Bhakti Vriksha member is doing 16 rounds. Now he is doing 6 rounds. Why? It doesn't matter. Where am I in my path is what matters. So again, not many people may subscribe. I am willing to be disagreed on this, but I would stand on this. Hare Krishna.
Now that we discussed so much about it, I wanted to share my personal experience. I mean, I've been in Krishna consciousness because of Sakshi Maptaji and Hemant Prabhuji. It's from them all this started. For me, I've been like in 10 years. Since 10 years, I've been following. But I know people do chanting and read scriptures. I used to do once in a while, but only once. Like after my husband passed away, 3 months, 4 months after my husband passed away, there was one Prabhuji who came and he has given me inception to chant at least 1 round per day, and he given me inception for Srimad Bhagavatam. It happened in 2020. Since then, I never stopped. I daily make sure I chant, and that gives me immense happiness. And I daily make sure I read. First I did Srimad Bhagavatam, and somebody, it was a gift for me, and then again I got a gift for Ramayana, Valmiki Ramayana. Then again I do that. So at least every day 1 page, if I don't read, I don't feel satisfied. So I feel that, more than, even though I was there came a point in life that God has really graced me and said, this is what is needed for me, and I continued doing. I enjoy it and I feel satisfied. Yeah, so.
I'll also share something personal now, Prabhuji. So I used to come by myself, right? So for some reason, if some Fridays are very busy at work and it gets late, and Vivek Prabhuji will say, "Oh, you are not going to Bhakti Vriksha," and he makes me feel guilty. I'll get more upset. I said, "Now I will not go." So that has to come from within, Prabhuji. Sometimes that kind of comparison or guilt trip can actually rebound and cause more problem. So you are absolutely right about when it's self-realization, when you feel from within. Nobody can push or force you for doing anything. Sometimes it counteracts. So please, if you can be considerate with your spouses and not always try to make them feel guilty about it, or where I am. He never does, actually. Sorry for putting you on spot too. But it is very natural for sometimes to like I said, so many distractions we have also. Distractions in the responsibilities and work outside, inside. So sometimes you are not 100% inclined towards doing or something. When it happens, we have to be very sensitive about each other's preferences and choices too. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, any response back?
Thanks for sharing that, Mataji. Yeah. But thank you for sharing that. I'm becoming, yeah. So, yeah, again, no obligation. One should not feel obligated that, I have to do this, I have to come to satsang and all. If we do it, we are doing it for myself. And if you're not doing it, if life happens, right? Sometimes you're stressed out. Sometimes I'm stressed out. Life happens. That's fine. Right? We want to be, self-care is very crucial. As a part of that, now my spiritual need is also very important. So then what can I do towards that direction, right? That's how you approach. Very, the susukham kartuma. This has to be executed very, very happily. Not that you become extremely tensed, running. That will be there because Krishna service is not easy. Okay? Once you get into the Krishna service, it is not so easy to execute Krishna service. That tension will be there. That tension is needed, no doubt. But when you are approaching that service, do not become again tensed about that too. Right? When that day I decided, for example, Matajis and all, they are doing for what do you call that? The Rath Yatra. Huge dosha stall is there. By the way, I would require some help if you can. We'll also have the announcements now. But when you last time, many times you are all for doing hours and hours. All of you were doing it. Prabhujis were, Ashish Prabhuji, they were all doing counting, all that. Yoga Prabhuji, everybody was doing all, you were taking the food to different people. All that service is amazing. That when you decide to do that, it is a strenuous seva, but when you decide to do that, do it very, very lovingly. Today, Krishna, this is for you. How Mangala Bhakti Mataji does. Not to put anybody on spot. Doesn't mean that other Matajis are not doing it. I'm just saying. Right? So like that, do it very, very blissfully if we're doing it. And I'm telling myself also, actually, I'm such a rascal. I don't properly do service. So, but when I do it, I want to do it as an offering to the Lord. That's how it should be. Instead of, oh, I'm doing it, you're not doing it. It's not a quantumized way of judging each other. Yeah, anybody? You said something? Anybody would like to add anything, Prabhuji? Without too much getting into the grihastha situation. Yeah. Because that will derail the topic and go somewhere.
We don't want to give it to Vivek Prabhu.
Satisfaction is something which it depends upon. Like I have, like for example, at the time of a teenage, I used to have like a feeling that in my 11th and 12th grade, I need to go to rush to Sai Baba and I need to ask for state rank, this, that, and all. But reality is, if I really don't get a good marks, the reaction was completely different. Like for example, we are thinking something in an extreme way. I mean, like to satisfy the senses. It could be going and eating something and doing something like in an abnormal way. I mean, not in a something like that. But reality, like when I joined Krishna consciousness almost like 20 years, I'm the one of the person who is regularly regular. So I want to correct a couple of things. So in this case, as the days goes on, as I grow, I'm 40 plus right now. So the reaction, like for example, the satisfaction of the reaction, how it says. The same incident, if it happened like at 20, 30, 10 years back, my reaction was completely different. 20 years back, my reaction is completely different. And now the reaction is completely different. Just one small example is like we went to Cancun last week. I lost my wallet. Just for a second, like a minute or two, I felt like, okay, I lost everything in my life. But after 2 minutes, I realized in myself, like the reaction, how I need to be. We came to a normal, like with the help of a support of my family, especially my wife and my daughter. Came to know, okay, this is not something which is not causing any end of that one. Just why all these things are happening, we are taking Krishna consciousness which is centered. That means the power of chanting, the power of devotees association. There are a lot of things which will make like you can't expect anything that happens overnight. Say for example, if the baby need to be born, it has to go through certain process like 9 months in the mother's womb. You can't make a 9 women to take a birth for a baby in a month or something like that. It's a process. The beauty of Krishna consciousness is such that Whenever you take it, it happens gradually. Like for example, one step at a time. That means from 0 to, maybe we are right now like a 10 steps or 20 steps. The reaction capability and the self satisfaction, it goes far beyond what we think of. And at the same time, if we talk most of the times, like I came to Krishna consciousness for the material benefit, thinking that I need a nice career, nice life, everything. But eventually, as we progress, right now, even like for example, if I really want something materially very strong, I feel like okay, materially anything is possible, even whatever the target is about. Like if it is financially, if you have like a two streams, like you want to become a business magnate or politically or some other stuff, anything is possible. But with the support of what we are following the process, that process will give you. It's just not the satisfaction, but at the same time the strength of the reaction, how it goes. At the same time, how you can satisfy yourself when the things are not happening in your favor and when things are happening in your favor. That's the one thing which gave as one of the greatest gift for me as a part of the Krishna consciousness, Prabhuji. Yes, pretty simple. It's like a how you satisfy, if you satisfy your soul in a regular way, like by following the Krishna consciousness, chanting, and all those things, it will give immense satisfaction. Whatever the actions that happens, in the form of the reaction, how it tries to give. Like it's more or less like you are in one sentence. Just follow the disciplined way how it is, no matter what. Even if you get $1 billion, just like your reaction is first you visit the temple. You lost everything in life, you visit the temple. That means no matter what, whatever happens, you need to be satisfied taking that's part of the Krishna's destiny. That's how I can say. No, the big Krishna consciousness. Don't leave that. Don't go to the extreme. See, some people, if I get $1 billion, okay, why I need all these things? Yes, I can go. I can set up my own setup. If I lose everything, why I need all these things? I can go to the just always follow the discipline.
Yes, Hitoshna, here, Mohan Prabhu.
I don't want to share anything, but I had a question, Prabhuji, when we were talking about um, Vedas, right? Karma Kandas and Vedas. So Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. So Vedas are having Dharma, Artha, Dharma, Artha, Kama, and the last section, Jnana Kanda, is Moksha, right? So Vyasa has done that, right? Dharma, Artha, Kama, that is Karma Kanda portion, and and Moksha is a Jnana Kanda portion, right? Jnana Kanda portion. In the Jnana Kanda portion, he has given that how to be satisfied, how to be free from miseries, and how to achieve that moksha. But in that, the essence of Jnana Kanda is to how to know the truth, how to know the ultimate God and truth and all that. So he has given that section also there. So still, why? Um, yeah, he is criticizing that you have not given that section. He has fine. Yeah. Correct. Yeah. But he has given that path, right, to know the God. Maybe in the Brahman form, not in the not in the personal form, in impersonal form, right? But he has given that path to know the ultimate truth, ultimate God, through self-realization path of Jnana. But still, he is okay. So maybe impersonal form is given, but personal form he has not explained in the Gyan. That's why he is criticizing. Okay. Okay. Mhm. Okay. Okay, so basically you have given only the path of through meditation and all, not through bhakti. Bhakti portion is not explained in that Jnana Kanda portion. Okay. Okay, yeah, impersonal form of or impersonal form, Brahman form. Okay, yeah.
That is the missing. That's why he's not satisfied.
Ashish bro. Sorry, Anil bro. Any comments? No question.
I think I just no. Thank you for all that you do, Prabhuji. I don't know what personal experience I'd like to share. Everything that we learned from here has a huge impact. Just so you know, like one of the days you had, I don't know, one Friday, you had talked about chapter a day, if you remember. Yeah. So I don't do a chapter a day. We read only a couple of pages every day. But Mamta started this with a couple of Matajis here. I think they read one chapter every day, no matter what. Monday through Thursday, I think at least. Friday they are here. So it works. Whatever you are. No, she is not here. She is actually went to India for 3 weeks. But I think Mansi Mataji and couple of Mataji, you guys read every day, right? So that helps. I am getting inspired from my little one, who made a New Year resolution this year to chant at least one round. And I am learning from her how she chants, because my quality of chanting is improving because of just by looking at her. When she chants, it takes her more than 20 minutes to chant one round, and she's chanting no matter what. She just started it like last 75 days ago, right? From January 1st, and she's doing it religiously. So we are all looking at her and we are getting inspired. It's the other way around going at our home. So thank you again, like everyone else. We are very honored and we are lucky to be here. We learn every Friday. We learn a lot. I may not share a lot of things, but we grasp a lot, and then we try to remember what is that we learned, right? And so little by little, it is helping a lot. Thank you very much.
These children are not ordinary. Especially, I think we can give it to her.
Oh, Mataji.
Just to have this opportunity. So with that, I think thank you once again. Let's actually thank Dilip Prabhuji and Mataji for.
Yeah, Haribol.
Hari Bol. Yeah, so April 27th. Okay, then. Thank you. Yeah, Hare Krishna. It's clear? Yeah. If everybody can open up their phones, please, and if you can access the link for the specific document. So April 27th, Saturday, is Jagannath Swami Radhayatra, Dallas Jagannath Radhayatra. And we have specific services in the dosa booth. So it starts 9 in the morning and runs until 9. So this year it is 9 to 9. So we need a lot of helping hands. So if you can open that document and, phone off, okay. Yeah, and please fill out your name in whatever time slot you can help us. So there's no need for you to be for the entire day. It is pinned onto the top, Prabhuji, is it not? You got it? Okay.
The whole day, Mataji will be doing a lot of service, so it will be difficult for them to do the cleaning also. So if somebody actually refrain, or if you come, just enjoy the whole rest of the festival. But we charge you to do the cleaning part, which is
Yeah, during the wrap up time. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. I think there was only one. Yeah, it's pinned on top of the group. It's the same location. It's Clyde Warren Park in Dallas. On Saturday, parking. Yeah, all those details will be sent. But parking, I think it is available. There are parking garages. It's $10 for the entire day on the spot. And if you come beforehand, like 7:30 or 8, means you'll get some free parking on the side of the road. But yeah, even 9 a.m. also, if we are lucky, we can get some free slots. Pero, Pero, Science Museum. Aha, Dallas Art Museum. Yeah. And please do not forget to register. So I'll be sending a volunteer link. So every family will get a gift. So as a gratitude, as a token of gratitude, temple will give a gift to each and every family. So whenever I send out the registration link, if you can register, that way, because after some time they'll close, and I think they're bringing all the gifts from India and all. So they want the count of how many volunteers. And also, the temple is doing to-go boxes during the dinner time. So once we are tired, right? So they provide lunch as well as dinner boxes. So that helps. Your registration helps for the temple for the head count. Yeah, they'll give the bands in the morning, and yeah. For the billing and cashier, there is no need of certification, except for people who are making the dosa on the griddles. That will be mainly Matajis. Others who are acting as like servers or billing or cashier or just handling the entire booth from the back, just filling up the batter buckets or filling up with the water. You don't need any certification. Only the people who are handling in making the dosa, they need the food handler certification. And I'll send that link. Last year's is valid for 2 years. But again, next year we have to renew. It's valid 2 years. Yeah. So you can make dosa this time, Prabhuji. Any questions? Yeah, it's far. I don't know. I mean, at least we are not going. Yeah. Kids drink booth is with us this time. So we are having a 20 by 10 feet big booth for dosa. It's an individual booth. We are not mixing with any other booths. It's our own billing. It's our own cash.